Hi, my name is Kate and welcome to the channel Conscious Parenting. Today my guest is Monica Shiapou, and Monica is Associate Professor of Psychology in European University of Cyprus. She also a practitioner, a child psychotherapist, and holds a lot of publications in the area of play, bullying and attachment. So welcome, Monica.
Hi, thank you very much for having me.
Now, and I think you have a study on this, like how the way the kids spend their after school time has changed.
Was my PhD,
yeah, that was your PhD. And so we definitely, everyone knows that it changed a lot, and the rise of technology, etc.
Yes.
So does this affect bullying as a topic?
Well, exposure to violence and violent games does actually increase violence. It's not just in kids; it's also in adults. So there was a study that was done, and men who were exposed to violent pornographic material, where there was violence involved as part of various fetishes, and this was done quite often, and they were exposed to this quite often. When they actually were in the real world with a real partner, they were actually violent with a partner. Not because they felt that this was now a norm for them, so it's kind of like it's incongruent with reality. So yeah, there is evidence showing that violence, I mean, this is the classic Bobo doll experiment, where you are aware of it. So obviously, yes, but also it's not just that this will contribute to violence, but we have seen a rise in cyberbullying. So 20 years ago, at least the child who was bullied would, the torture would end by the end of the day. Now it just comes home with them. Okay, so it's 24/7. So we see a great rise in cyberbullying and ways of mockery and the way that they find ways to torture each other is seriously, it's like they are coming up with different ways to torture each other via via social media.
I'm just wondering, because with the, let's say, classical bullying and violence in school, this is something that you usually could observe before technology. Now everything is going on here, and it's sometimes, yes, you have evidence, but for the person who is bullied, everything could be normal all around him or her, but actually the terrible things are happening here. So how we could again address, and what we as parents and community of people who adults, let's say.
Well, a lot of schools are actually now addressing this, and they are, at least I know private schools, they are sending parents emails. Please beware of what your child is doing online. Please, this has come to our, and this, but now, because there is some sort of anonymity, when it's online, this is why things tend to get a little bit out of hand. And whilst we had, let's say, if I didn't like you, I would invite you to my birthday. Now, if I don't like you, you're not part of my Viber group. Or I can throw you out of my Viber group or whatever. So again, we need to help children speak up and talk about this and teach them what is right and what is wrong, because again, through the social media, there's things that they don't understand. So they could be asked to send a picture, they could be asked to do this, and they could just do it. Now we have to also be aware as parents that there is a part of the police section that is dedicated to cybercrime, and they actually do investigate situations that involve minors, and especially when there has been leakage of some kind of personal information of the child from another child. It will be investigated. So it's important that parents are aware of this department and what it does, so they can actually, if there is an issue, they can actually, and it's important to let our children know that whatever goes up doesn't go down in the internet world. So I might actually get something down, but it's still up there. But then again, it starts from the parent themselves. If the parents actually publish their kids from very, very young on their social media and everywhere, then the child will not, will not be so aware. Now schools are asking you if they're allowed to publish, as a mother, I always say no. For example, as a mother, I always say you're allowed to publish in the school yearbook, but you cannot publish it on social media. And that's just me, because I want to show him that, even though he says I want to, I say, but you cannot make that decision right now. And you're not sure that if you're going to want at the age of 15 to appear, with your little nappy on the beach. And again, the way we present ourselves on the social media. So if I'm a mom and I put a picture of my of me with my swimming suit, it's not that it's actually a problem, but would I want my 12-year-old to do that as well? So it's what you show them. I'm not condoning the fact that a parent might be doing it, but if you have a child, you need to think when they actually put their own selves at 12 with a bikini, would that be okay? What about if someone steals that picture and it's found on a pornographic site? So again, but we have so much material and so many trainings teaching children how to be safe on the internet. It's just a matter of giving them that information.
I'm just thinking that really it's more difficult for kids nowadays. There's like a new level of challenge for the bullying with the online and social media right now. And I would imagine that for somebody who is, let's say, 10, 12, 15, being attacked in the courtyard of the school would be the same for the intensity as being thrown out from the WhatsApp or whatever.
Because that is their world now. And that is what's important now. I mean, being thrown out of a WhatsApp group is the equivalent of not being invited to a party. Even not more important at the moment. So yeah.